I destroyed my family because I refused to wear a bag over my head. My sister made me wear a bag over my head whenever we left the house because she said my face was stealing the attention meant for her. Maria was 5 years older and had been our parents' perfect pageant princess until I was born. She'd won dozens of crowns and had a whole room dedicated to her trophies. Mom loved telling how Maria's first words when she saw me were, "Send it back." She meant it. Growing up, Maria would study our faces in the mirror, pointing out how my features were cheap copies of hers that somehow got more attention. She kept notebooks tracking every compliment I received and every time someone ignored her to talk to me. She'd circle dates when people said I was pretty and write "stolen from me" in red ink. She told our parents I was deliberately trying to upstage her. They thought it was normal jealousy until Maria started covering mirrors when I was around. She said seeing us together made people compare us, and she always lost. On my 13th birthday, Maria gave me a silk bag with eye holes cut out. "This is for when we go out together," she announced. "You're getting too much attention and it's not fair when I was here first." Our parents laughed nervously, but Maria pulled out a notebook. She'd tracked every compliment I'd received and matched it to times she felt ignored or overlooked. "See? Every time someone notices her, they stop seeing me," she said. "The bag is the only solution unless you want me to become invisible." Dad told her to stop being ridiculous, but Mom hesitated. Maria had been acting more desperate for attention lately. Maybe covering my face would help her confidence. I was stunned when my parents decided I should give it a try. "That's what a good sister would do," Mom told me. "The first time I wore the bag to the grocery store, I thought I'd die of shame. The silk stuck to my face when I breathed, and the eye holes never lined up right, so I kept bumping into things. People stared and whispered while Maria strutted beside me, soaking up their attention. 'See how much better this is?' she'd say. Now they're looking at me like they should." When of course actually everyone was staring at me more than ever because there was a bag on my head. The bag got worse over time. Maria made improvements by adding a drawstring at the neck to make sure I couldn't slip it off. She embroidered "Property of Maria" across the forehead. She made me wear it to family dinners where I'd try to eat through the mouth hole she'd cut, food catching on the fabric. At the mall, she'd hold my arm and introduce me to her friends as "my sister who's too ugly for public viewing." The worst part was how normal it became. Mom started keeping spare bags in her purse in case I forgot mine. Eventually, Maria demanded I wear it at my school when she wasn't even there. She'd gotten a note from a boy saying I was pretty and lost her mind. She tried to superglue the bag to my head while I slept, but I woke up and fought her off. When I ripped it away, she grabbed my face, leaving nail marks. "You're sucking up all the spotlight like a parasite," she hissed. "I'm supposed to be the pretty one." I ran out of the house and called Dad from a neighbor's phone. While I waited for him to come get me, Maria sent dozens of texts saying I was deliberately trying to humiliate her by refusing the bag. She said I was stealing her identity as the pretty sister. She even sent an invoice for how much attention I'd cost her in lost opportunities. When Dad arrived, he actually brought a bag with him. "Just keep the peace," he told me. But I was done. That night, I packed everything I could carry and went to my friend's house and refused to come home. For the first time in a year, I felt like I could breathe again with my face out in the open air. Maria spiraled when I left home. She hired a private investigator to photograph me through windows to prove I was living her life. She filed police reports saying I'd stolen her identity as the family beauty. She even contacted my teachers saying I had a medical condition that required me to wear face coverings. The worst was when she started following other pretty girls around town, trying to convince them they were stealing her attention too, chasing them down with bags, demanding they wear them. Everything ended when Maria attacked another girl at her college who looked like me. She tried to force a bag over the girl's head, screaming that she was stealing Maria's spotlight. Campus security restrained her and found dozens of bags in her dorm room. The girl pressed charges, and during the investigation, police found Maria's notebooks documenting her plans to bag every pretty girl she met. She'd been stalking multiple women who she felt were too attractive. Maria was expelled and ordered to get psychiatric treatment. My parents finally had to face what they'd enabled. They sent me apologetic messages, but I wasn't ready to forgive them for making me wear that bag. I'm 18 now and still feel guilty whenever anyone compliments me.